Okay.
Get out of the way.
On to our first guest. Okay. Not straight from the Tonys. Last time we saw her, she was in her
fabulous gown.
Still looking fabulous. The Great White Way is warming up for a lineup of highly anticipated Broadway shows this year. Stars who are familiar with the stage are making their return, while some stars that we're used to seeing, look at that tall drink of water, on TV and in the movies, will take center stage.
Love when that happens. Yeah. For our roundup of new shows we can see in 2025, let's bring in executive editor of Broadway News, Ruthie Fierberg. Great to see you.
Thanks so much.
So good to see you.
It's great to be here.
Not in your tulle gown from the Tonys, but
No,
we're
going to the office after this time.
Although that's a great outfit.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, some shows are still sticking around.
Some are still sticking around.
From 2024. Let's start with what we can see right now. Maybe Happy Ending.
I mean, Maybe Happy Ending is one of 23 shows that have opened since I last saw you.
23?
Yes, including 10 musicals and 8 plays since September alone, and Maybe Happy Ending is one of them.
Oh my God.
It's playing now at the Belasco Theater. It is everything I want in a musical. It stars Darren Criss, who people might know from American Crime Story, Emmy Award winner, as well as Glee, and newcomer Helen J. Sharp, who is amazing. Both of them Michigan alumni. Hey for Blue out there.
Nice.
But the story is about 2 retired helper bots set in Seoul, South Korea in the future. Think of like Rosie from the Jetsons, but way more advanced. And they are retired, living in the helper bot yards. And by chance, they bump into each other and they go on an adventure through Seoul and maybe find a little bit of love. The production was actually delayed a little bit at first, but is now off to a breaking start because of the technology is so advanced in this show with the projections that they had to wait for it to ship from overseas.
Holy smokes.
Directed by Tony Award winner Michael Arden, who directed Parade. So it's everything you want. Fantastic score. You gotta go.
I am sold. I can't wait.
Yeah.
But there's a lot new, too.
So much new coming. We have 20 more shows coming between now and the end of April.
What?
Yeah,
Just
this is Broadway.
the first half? Just now in April, 20 new shows?
Yes.
That's amazing.
Redwood.
Yes, Redwood. Idina Menzel is coming back to Broadway. We got to see her a little bit in the Wicked movie, you know, to the original Elphaba. And now this is a show that she co-conceived with director and writer Tina Landau about the Redwood Forest. So she plays a character named Jessie. And when Jessie experiences a tragedy, she kind of flees her life, drives until she can't drive anymore when she hits the Redwood Forest. And she finds these arborists who are finding healing and connection in nature, in climbing. Some people are living in the redwoods. And what's going to be incredible about this production, they've created a redwood tree for the stage, and they are going to be climbing, and the choreography is by a company called Bandaloop that specializes in vertical dancing.
Excuse them.
So, yeah. It's going to be, you're going to feel like you're in the Redwood Forest.
Is this a musical? Because it would be a crime against humanity if we did not hear her voice.
Idina has done plays, but this is a musical score by newcomer Kate Diaz with additional lyrics by Tina Landau. And
when does this open?
This starts January 24th. Performances start at the Nederlander Theater, opening in February.
Wow. Then we find purpose in February.
We do find purpose in February. So this is a play from Brandon Jacobs Jenkins, who won the Tony Award for Best Revival just this past spring for Appropriate, which people might know that starred Sarah Paulson. This is another American family drama. Brandon loves to experiment with this form. It's going to star LaTanya Richardson Jackson, Kara Young, who won the Tony Award this past spring, John Michael Hill, who people might know from Elementary, Alana Arenas, who people might know from David Makes Man, and Harry Lennox, who people might know from The Blacklist. So it's a lot of television power in a really dramatic setting. Felicia Rashad is going to direct.
I mean, that is a who's who.
It is a who's who. And it's, you know, one of these stories of the family gets together. It's a big political family in Illinois. And when an unexpected guest arrives, you know, things go awry. So
I love it already.
Get ready. Juicy. And that's February 25th, starting performances at the Hayes Theater.
Okay, March. We're in March.
We are in March.
Good night and good luck,
I know
Mr.
you're particularly
Clooney.
excited about this one. But who couldn't be? Who couldn't be?
Is this Really?
He's never been on Broadway before.
We're talking about George Clooney.
George Clooney making his Broadway debut on stage and as a co-writer of Good Night and Good Luck.
Yeah.
So this is actually adapted from a movie that he co-wrote with Grant Heslov of the same name. George was in the movie. In the movie, he played Fred Friendly. In the play, he's going to play the lead of Edward R. Murrow, of course, the CBS real-life correspondent and journalist, as Murrow exposes the lies around McCarthyism. So he's taking on a different role than he did in the movie.
Right.
So you're going to get to see a different side of him.
Is this a limited run, or is this
It is a limited run at the Winter Garden Theater.
To that one.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, but I think it's going to be worth it.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah.
I love it.
So that comes March 12th at the Winter Garden Theater, right outside my window.
Wow. Then the last 5 years?
Last 5 years. Okay, so this has been kind of a small cult classic since I came across it in the early 2000s. It was off Broadway. It originally starred Norbert Leo Butz and Sherry Renee Scott, and now we are going to have Nick Jonas of the Jonas Brothers.
I just got the chills. How funny.
And Adrienne Warren, who won the Tony Award for her turn as Tina in the Tina Turner musical. The two of them play Jamie and Kathy, and it is about a 5-year relationship. It's a song cycle. He starts at the beginning and sings forward through the relationship. She starts at the end when they break up and sings backward, and they meet once only in the middle. It is Jason Robert Brown. You will not hear better music than a Jason Robert Brown score. This begins March 18th at the Hudson Theater.
All right, this is before the baseball season starts in earnest, so we need to get to this one. And let's wrap it up with Real Women Have Curves.
Wrapping it up, Real Women Have Curves. People might know from the television movie. It was a play before that by Josefina Lopez. The movie was the breakout role for America Ferrera. This time we don't have a cast announced yet, so there's going to be some new faces in this one. It premiered in Boston at ART, where Justina Machado played the mother, and anybody who has seen her in One Day at a Time,
wonderful.
or I mean, just anything. She's fabulous in everything she does. So hopefully she'll be coming back. And it's about this young high school senior who is trying to find her own way in the world and growing up in an immigrant family, and how being born here in America makes her goals different than what it might be. And it's, accepting the curves both in her physical body and also that life throws her.
Oh, man. So much for curbing my spending this year.
No, can't
I'm
happen.
trying to buy tickets to all these shows.
And this is truly, that's only 6 of the 20 in half. I mean, 43 shows
You need to come back in April. You're going to be a busy lady.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. But a happy, busy lady.
So. Thank you so much, Ruthie.
Thank you for having me. There's something for everyone.
Oh, my gosh. More information on all things Broadway, you can visit BroadwayNews.com.